Star Wars Republic Commando was a really special title, guys. I enjoyed it a lot. It wasn't my favorite Star Wars game ever made, but I gotta tell you, it was still a really exciting experience overall. And I thought that it could definitely have done well with having a continuation of some sort or another, and we never got that. And so I want to talk, guys, in this segment of the show about Star Wars Republic Commando and what happened here and everything that we know about a potential return to this universe, which obviously we've been having a number of Star Wars titles that are going to be coming out, guys, but in terms of Republic Commando getting a sequel. Let's talk about it. So, guys, coming to us in an article from Ewan Patterson of Screen Rant, LucasArts canceled a sequel to Republic Commando called Imperial Commando years ago. Here's why Lucasfilm Games should resurrect the project. So, a planned sequel to Star Wars Republic Commando was infamously canceled by LucasArts shortly after making it to the conceptual stage of development. But with Star Wars The Bad Batch recently referencing the protagonist of the first game, Delta Squad, as well as exploring how the Clone Commando program worked during the early stages of the Empire, now's the perfect time for the sequel to be revived. Lucasfilm Games has announced a number of new Star Wars titles since the beginning of 2021, following the conclusion of an earlier deal with EA that gave the publisher exclusive access to the Star Wars license. While EA's tenure with the license was divisive, it illustrated the potential there was in revisiting older Star Wars video games, with developer DICE's two Star Wars Battlefront titles both featuring in the top 5 best-selling Star Wars games of all time. So let's talk about this, guys. So before we go any further, Star Wars The Bad Batch. If you guys haven't checked this out, guys, I mean, absolutely awesome. You should definitely check it out. But I totally agree with this, that really, I mean, this is, when we talk about Star Wars The Bad Batch, it gives us kind of this Pandora's box into returning back to Star Wars Republic Commando. I really think it opens up the door to it, just because there's a lot of people who have been watching The Bad Batch and they really enjoyed and excited to see the continuations of that. And so I think that with Republic Commando, this could definitely play its part from a video game perspective, having a Republic Commando 2, or calling it Imperial Commando, going back to what it was called before it got canceled. So Star Wars Republic Commando reemerged into the spotlight in 2021 as Lucasfilm Games released a remaster of the title developed by Aspyr that coincided with the release of The Bad Batch, an animated Star Wars series that focuses on a group of clone commandos navigating the galaxy after the events of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. The original Republic Commando story was wiped from Star Wars continuity following Disney's purchase of Lucasfilm in 2012. But given that Delta Squad has now appeared in both Star Wars The Clone Wars and The Bad Batch, which are canon, it wouldn't be difficult to reverse that decision and make a direct sequel viable once again. So I totally agree with that, guys, all in all. But here's a big one. Republic Commando 2 would answer Star Wars' most infamous cliffhanger. So, of course, any potential Republic Commando sequel would have to address the first game's rage-inducing cliffhanger ending. Republic Commando's final level depicted the early stages of the Battle of Kashyyyk, with Delta Squad tasked with taking down a separatist dreadnought. As Delta lead, players are forced to split up their squad so that each clone can mount a given anti-aircraft weapon. After successfully taking down the enemy ship and linking up with Delta members Fixer and Scorch, Sev appears on the comm channel in distress, being overwhelmed by enemy troops. Boss immediately orders the rest of the squad to rescue Sev, but before they can move, the group are immediately reassigned to tackle a different objective, with Master Yoda himself delivering the news. Sev's fate was left ambiguous in Republic Commando and was never resolved in subsequent tie-in material. The Legends novel Imperial Commando 501st explored Delta Squad's reaction to Sev's fate following the events of Order 66, but only confirmed that he was missing in action. The question of what happened to Sev has continued to vex Star Wars fans years on from Republic Commando's release, making the need for a sequel even stronger. Totally agree. Anytime we see a cliffhanger, guys, in a major way, you really want to see a continuation of some form or another to see, like, you know, kind of get things somewhat resolved or to understand. Obviously, guys, we see movies like Inception and such that kind of have those endings that that leaves you thinking about it, and it kind of, it's up to each audience member to perceive what the ending really is. But in a Star Wars title like this, that's not what I believe was intended. I believe they intended on making multiple more Republic Commando titles in the Star Wars universe, and they just ended up not doing so and moved on to other Star Wars narratives. So it's really interesting, guys. I would love to see it, though. Obviously, you know, when you talk about a cliffhanger, I totally agree. I would love to see it. Now, the narrative potential for a Republic Commando sequel is strong, even ignoring Sev's fate, though, as it could work as a compelling companion piece to Star Wars The Bad Batch. Whereas the protagonists of that series were able to disobey the Empire and chart their own destiny, it appears as though Delta Squad wasn't so fortunate. Scorch shows up in The Bad Batch involved in Project War Mantle, training the Empire's new human recruits before pursuing Hunter and Gregor. If Scorch is serving the Empire, it's likely that Fixer and Boss are as well, meaning any Republic Commando sequel could focus on the same group of characters, only this time performing less than heroic deeds for the Empire. Something that totally could make sense. Now, here's a big one for me, guys. Republic Commando could be made canon again, which I think would be awesome. Lucasfilm Games recently announced that a full remake of Knights of the Old Republic is coming to PlayStation 5 and PC, but it's unlikely to bring Knights of the Old Republic series back into Star Wars canon. While certain elements of Knights of the Old Republic have been reintroduced into Disney's Star Wars, both the games and the many pieces of tie-in media that accompany them are simply way too expansive to accommodate in the new Star Wars continuity. Republic Commando, on the other hand, represents a much easier task. The first game spotlighted a specific unit during the Clone Wars. It was a much smaller scale story than some of the other titles LucasArts developed. That, coupled with Delta Squad being brought back into Star Wars canon in this Clone Wars TV show, means a direct sequel to the original game wouldn't be impossible, as the protagonists already have a presence in the canon. I agree, guys. I would love to see Republic Commando come back into, canon for Star Wars. It could be something really special. Star Wars Republic Commando deserves to be an exception. While not as popular as Star Wars Battlefront or Knights of the Old Republic, the original 2005 title offered a unique Star Wars experience that is yet to be replicated. If Lucasfilm Games is looking to resurrect more Star Wars titles after Aspire's Knights of the Old Republic remake, then Republic Commando should be at the top of its list. That being said, I totally agree with this. Overall, guys, I would love to see another Republic Commando title. I think it could be something really special. Star Wars Battlefront, I want them to move away completely from Battlefront without question, guys. I just think that it was something that just over time became such a problem for the community. It tore the community in half. What I really am excited for, though, is Star Wars Eclipse. I think that's going to be a really special title. A Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 would be really great as well. I would even love to see The Force Unleashed, but Republic Commando could be something really special as well. And Knights of the Old Republic, guys, is a classic as well. All of these I would love to see have continuations. The only one that really I feel strongly about not having a continuation of is Battlefront, because we just don't know where they would go with that. Now, obviously, Battlefront, as well as the second one, made them a lot of money, that being EA. So there's a good possibility that they will bring out a Battlefront 3. But, here's hoping that we get more titles like Republic Commando 2 or Imperial Commando. That would be absolutely awesome. But let me know, guys, what do you all think? In the comment section down below, would you like to see a Star Wars Republic Commando 2, or would you want to see other Star Wars titles? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Star Wars Republic Commando content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.